My name is Suleiman Yahya. I lead the private client and family wealth practice at Anderson in Nigeria. In this short video, my colleagues will be taking us through personal income tax issues, particularly as it affects artists in the entertainment industry in Nigeria.
Hello, my name is Fumi Olani. I'm a senior manager with the private clients and family wealth unit of Artiste in Nigeria. I've had about 13 years work experience. Interestingly, I studied mass communication, but right now I'm into the tax world. I've worked with both the tax authority, the Big Fours, and I started my career with Anderson in 2018.
Hello, my name is Olayinka Oluwata. I'm a senior manager within the private clients and family wealth practice of Anderson, Nigeria. I have extensive experience in taxation, especially as it relates to individuals.
Tax is a compulsory payment imposed on individuals and companies in a given financial year. It is one of the major sources of revenue to government, both to the state government and to the federal government. Two things that they say you can avoid in life is debt and taxes.
In Nigeria, taxation of individuals is guided by the provisions of the Personal Income Tax Act 2011 as amended. Based on the provisions of the Act, individuals that are deemed residents in Nigeria are subjected to tax on their global income, meaning income derived within Nigeria and income derived outside Nigeria. For individuals that are not residents in Nigeria, Nigeria taxes is also applicable on the income derived from the business activities that they conduct within Nigeria.
Personal income tax in Nigeria is based on residency rule. An individual is deemed resident in Nigeria when you have spent about 183 days, including the period of vacation.
The tax rate is determined or based on a graduated income scale, meaning the more you earn, the more taxes you pay. Certain reliefs are granted in the course of tax computation. This basically means the non-subjection of a portion of income to tax. That is, that portion will not be subjected to tax. Considering the standard relief, which is a consolidated relief allowance, the effective tax rate is 19%. The rate can be further reduced where the individual is able to enjoy other tax reliefs, which is based on social security payments or contributions, such as pension fund, national housing fund, national health insurance scheme, and life assurance premium payments.
The income sources for artists include album sales. They also earn royalty. They earn sponsorship and endorsement fees, merchandising stage, and on tour performances. They earn income from even appearances at events.
Royalty and other income derived by the artist based on their contract is subject to withholding tax deduction of 5% at source. That is, the record label or the person making such payment is required to deduct 5% from it and pay the net amount to the artist. The 5% is considered as an advance payment of the tax that is due on that income. However, for royalties, the 5% deduction is a final payment that is due. The tax return should be remitted by the record label using the personal income tax identification number of the artist. The artist is expected to obtain a copy of the remittance receipt, which is called withholding tax credit note, just for record purpose. At the end of the year, a tax credit is given for the withholding tax deducted at source, which will be used to offset the tax that is due to be paid by the artist. The artists are subjected to Nigeria tax where they are deemed residents in Nigeria. The tax will be applicable to the income earned from local or foreign record labels. The artist is able to enjoy tax exemptions on the income earned offshore, where such income is received in Nigeria in foreign currency and through their approved channels such as banks. It should be noted that the royalty earned by the artist from other countries will most likely be taxable in those countries. The tax is entirely based on the legal provisions in the respective countries. As we have earlier mentioned, individuals, that is artists, are taxed on their global income. Hence, it is possible for the income earned by the artist from another country to be liable to tax in that country as well as here in Nigeria. However, the tax can be reduced if there is a tax treaty between Nigeria and such country. For example, royalty payments received from a UK company is subject to withholding tax at 20% in the UK. However, based on the tax treaty between Nigeria and the UK, the withholding tax rate is reduced to 12.5%. The lower rate will apply only when the artist is able to prove his or her tax residence in Nigeria. Furthermore, in computing the taxes due in Nigeria, the artist is able to enjoy a credit for the taxes paid in those other countries.
The artist is required to file a personal income tax returns at the end of each year. The returns should be submitted with the relevant tax authority within 90 days of the year, which is usually 31st March of every year. The declaration is made to the relevant tax authority where the artist resides. For example, if you live in Lagos State, you need to pay your taxes to the Lagos State Internal Revenue Services. And also, if you perhaps live in Delta State, you need to pay your taxes to the Delta State Internal Revenue Services. So once you come up with the streams of income and all income generated for the financial year, you then put together the expenses incurred. And when I mean expenses, for tax purpose, it has to be wholly, reasonable, exclusively, and necessarily incurred before you can take advantage of that in filing your tax returns. The artist will submit the withholding tax credit note, which will be used to offset the tax liability for the financial year, and then you net it off to achieve the tax liability in terms of cash payment to the tax authority for that financial year.
The relevant tax authority is the State Internal Revenue Service of the place of residence of the artist. The place of residence is a place that is available for the artist's domestic use on a relevant day, excluding hotels, rest house, or other temporary place of abode. It is possible for the artist to derive income from rent, dividend, interest, and sale of assets. These are all taxable income with different tax implications. Rental, dividend, and interest income are subjected to withholding tax at 10%, which is to be deducted at source by the payer. The withholding tax deduction is a final tax for dividend and interest income. As earlier mentioned, the effective tax rate for individuals is 19%. Hence, for rental income, the 10% deduction is an advance payment of tax, and the remaining 9% is to be accounted for at the end of the year. With regards to asset sale, the applicable tax is capital gains tax, chargeable at 10%. The tax is applied on the sale value of the asset less incidental expenses. There is also a tax exemption on income earned from financial instruments like bonds, treasury bills, and so on. It is important to note that the tax exemption on income from treasury bills will expire by the 31st of December 2021. The income derived from these sources and any other, whether tax exempt or not, should be declared on the annual returns filings for transparency. It will be beneficial for the artist to make inquiries from competent professionals on the applicable taxes and the compliance requirement for the various sources of income. Yes, there are, and will depend largely on the artist's peculiar circumstance. Regardless of the existence of tax treaty between Nigeria and any country where the artist's income is sourced from, the artist will enjoy tax exemption in Nigeria on income from performances, dividend, interest, rent, royalties, fee or commission, and outside Nigeria, where the proceeds are paid into a domiciliary account in Nigeria. The exemption on income from offshore performances or acts is only applicable where it is earned by the artist in an individual or non-corporate capacity. As earlier mentioned, tax exemptions can be enjoyed on certain incomes such as interest earned on investments in corporate or federal bonds. For rental income, the artist is able to enjoy capital allowance, which is granted on the asset utilized to generate the rental income. The capital allowance reduces the taxable portion of the rental income. Generally, the artist should keep a good record of his or her financial and business dealings for a correct determination of the income that is subjected to tax.
Based on the conversations that we've been having and the ever-changing nature of tax laws in Nigeria, it is important that artists speak to professionals to determine their tax status and compliance obligation. At Anderson, we have seasoned professionals with the right experience and relationships at the right level to help you navigate your tax compliance obligations. Please feel free to reach out to us at the numbers and email showing on the screen. We look forward to hearing from you soon. And thanks for watching.